Welcome back to 6 News at 6, and we have issued a weather impact alert for today and for tomorrow. Believe it or not, it's for the heat. That's right, it came back. We lost it for a couple of weeks, but here we are again talking about temperatures that are right up against 100 degrees. 96 today out at Waco Regional, and of course that's only 2 degrees off the normal. Again, a solid 12 degrees below the record that was set back in 1957. So we haven't come close to one of those this summer, but again, as things start to ramp back up, our job of course is to keep you informed and keep you prepared and keep you safe. So as we start to get through these hot days of the next week, in transition from the pretty comfortable weather we were experiencing, of course, we're going to issue those weather impact alerts for you. Started off at 77, and again, with the humidity in the air, you're just not going to cool off very much at night. That's just the sad fact of the day for you. 95 out there right now. 104 is what it still feels like here in the 6 o'clock hour in central Texas. Elsewhere across the area, Comanche having some trouble cooling down right now. 100 still there. 96 in Meridian. 95 from Temple to Marlin up towards Hillsboro. 93 currently there in Waco. Those feels like temperatures, of course. That's the problem, and you can see why. Take a look at our wind barbs on the map. Where are they coming from? They're coming from the southeast, right? And pretty breezy out there at 10 to 15 miles per hour. And because of that, yeah, even though it's 95, it's going to feel like it's 104 in Temple and Marlin. 103 is what it feels like in Cameron. Finally came off that 107 spot there in Hearn. 104 currently is what it feels like down in College Station. Now, the double-edged sword that I mentioned at 5 o'clock is that when it's humid, A, you're going to have those heat index values during the afternoon. B, of course, you're not going to cool off at night. It's not unusual in Texas, especially central Texas, for those overnight lows to be in the 80s once we get into the real teeth of summer, which we haven't quite gotten to yet. But for tonight, still going to be pretty warm when you wake up tomorrow morning. 77 in Cameron and Marlin, 76 in Temple, 77 there in Waco, Hillsboro, and Meridian. So very close to 80 degrees. Tomorrow afternoon, a little bit of bad news here is that, yes, we're going to add a degree or two over what we saw today. So 96s, 97s today, turn into 97s, 98s tomorrow, 101 potentially tomorrow afternoon there in Comanche. And of course, the heat index value will still be there. We're still talking 105 to 108 with those heat index values, and that is why we still have that heat advisory in effect through 8 o'clock tomorrow. So what are we looking at here? Well, whenever we have a heat advisory, it's because we're going to have heat index values that are 105 or greater. In fact, for tomorrow, we're talking about 108 as far as our maximum heat index values. So that's very hot. That's very close to excessive heat warning criteria, as a matter of fact. And the one thing I always tell people to remember when we come to heat safety is if you stop sweating, that's the problem. That's when you need to definitely seek help. But again, if you're feeling faint or dizzy, if you're sweating excessively, of course, head inside, cool off, get that drink of water, and before you go back out and resume your activities. As far as your 7-day forecast, it stays hot up towards 100 degrees through the weekend, but by Sunday, maybe a little cool front approaching the Red River could bring us a few changes.